It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Well, my friends, are you ready to have a lot of fun? We all want to have fun, folks. Okay, so I want you to join me on October 21st at a great place, Mohegan Sun Pocono Hotel and Convention Center. And I'm going to tell you why you're going to have a lot of fun. Not only have a lot of fun, but you can gain a lot of information. Okay, so right now, put on your calendars, be at the Mohegan Sun. It's running from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. What is it? Well, I'll tell you. I have some guests on the show today. They're going to tell you all about this. It's a great event. It's the first time, and it's sponsored by Times-Shamrock. Okay, they're our friends. They're media partners here in Hazleton with us, the standard speaker. But today we have the director of marketing, who is Tim Calpin, and we have the marketing events person, who is Kelly Finkernagel, and we have Don Farley. Once in a while I see him. He's the big man. He goes around, he runs all the papers, okay? And John Patton, you know John, he's like a co-host. Hey, Tim, this is going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a ton of fun, and it's really great to be here, just to say that before, I'm sure.
Let me just say this. When Paul Ross called me, who is a great guy, I mean, he is a fabulous person. When he called me and he says, Sam, we're having this event, et cetera, he said, would you like to speak? I said, are you kidding me? And fabulous. When he told me about this, okay, so tell me about this event and all the things that are happening, and let Kelly talk to it, will you please?
We will,
okay.
we will. She'll just jump in whenever she's ready and correct all the mistakes that I make.
Right.
So.
That's what I'm here for.
But there's so much to say about it. We're billing it as NEPA's premier health and wellness event. And I know that there are a lot of health and wellness fairs, small ones, that happen around the community, and they're all great. I know we've had a lot. I'm based out of Scranton. I know there's been a lot there, in Hazleton and Wilkes-Barre. And I think what sets this apart is this is a real event. It's a complete event. When you look at the speaker lineup, the doctors and the experts that we have, the entertainment that we're going to provide, and then some of the giveaways and just kind of the ancillary fun stuff that we're going to have, it really sets itself apart.
The event itself, okay, and I'm telling you folks, as you begin to listen to this, especially if you're a senior citizen, okay, it's open for everybody, but I mean, it's the event itself. Talk about, what's happening that day.
Yeah, so a ton of stuff, and we have a schedule that we'll be able to show here and that will be released, but a little bit, the real highlights are, we should mention that admission is free. That's a huge part of it, so it's open to the public. When we decided on this event, essentially what we wanted to do is we knew that in northeastern PA, it's a great place to grow up, a great place to be outdoors, a great place to have a family, and a great place to retire. And a big part of that is we have all of these great resources. We have great health resources. We have great doctors. We have great financial planners. We have all these kind of different things. And one event that we saw that people didn't really put out there was like a holistic sort of thing, where it's like, I can plan for my retirement, my health and wellness, I can plan for my finances, I can do all of these different things in one single event. So our speaker lineup is great. We have, for a keynote, Joe Amato, who's a racing legend who I know is going to be on the show. The title of his speech right now is called Changing Lanes, Balancing Physical Health and Financial Stability in Retirement. And that's going to be at 2 o'clock, sort of right at the heart of the event. Some other people we have speaking are Dr. Lauren Hazuri, who's a licensed psychologist from the Scranton area, Sam Lesante, of course, and I was sworn to secrecy about what you'll be speaking about.
He said Joe Amato. Joe's going to come on the show. We're going to talk to Joe about his career. I'm going to be there. Go ahead.
Right. We're also having John Madden, who's from Travel World. He's going to talk about traveling in retirement. It's, again, another aspect of the event is you can plan your dream vacation while you're there. It's just, when you look at the things that we have, they just sort of keep adding up. Chris Kelly, who's a brilliant columnist at the Times-Tribune, is going to be talking about the body politic and how important it is to stay informed and keep your mind healthy. And then for closing, we'll let Kelly talk about this a little bit. So again, the event is just as informative and educational as it is fun, and it's going to be, a blast because of these things.
Absolutely. As Tim said, we do have a lot of entertainment that's going to be there. But our main entertainment will start at 4 o'clock, and it is Real Diamond, who is one of the #1 Neil Diamond tribute bands that will be coming down and closing out our show for us. We're also going to be doing hourly giveaways with prizes. We have some great prizes lined up for everyone. The first 150 people who register, they will be receiving complimentary lottery tickets. And then we have some great food lined up, and it's just going to be a really overall wonderful time.
So this event starts at 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock.
Okay. And things are they kick off right at 10 o'clock. It's not something you're going to want to go to later. Our two big platinum sponsors are great organizations, Coordinated Health and Commonwealth Health. And I just want to give a quick rundown of who's going to be there. Sure. From Coordinated Health, right now we have Dr. Erica Mansky, Dr. Michael Tracy, Dr. Harry Schmaltz, and Dr. Thomas Jordan. On the Commonwealth side, we're going to have Dr. Michael Raklitz, Dr. James Matucci, Dr. William Charlton, Dr. Carlo DeLuna, and Dr. Fred Uso. So again, when you look at just the breadth of what those guys can bring, as far as being able to educate people about advancements in surgery, how to manage arthritis or back pain or shoulder pain. Any kind of question you might have is really going to get answered when you're at the event.
Some of these other people that will be in Breakthrough, I see we're covering a big gamut here. Okay.
Yeah, so some other of our great sponsors are Weiss Markets. We are going to have Northeast Rehabilitation and Fortune Financial. When you look at that third room, essentially who we're going to have is Chris Scalise, who's president of Fortune Financial. He's going to provide answers to the most commonly asked retirement questions. Weiss Markets is going to have two segments. The first one is on immune boosting tips for cold and flu season. That's going to be feature two registered dietitians. And then the second one from Weiss Markets is going to be Michael DiMaggio, who's a pharmacy advocate. He's going to be talking about why people should vaccinate. From Northeastern Rehabilitation, we're going to have Dr. Scott Neftulin, and his presentation is on Back to Life Without a Knife, which is non-surgical cutting-edge treatment options for back, tendon, and joint pain. So again, you can see there's a lot of different stuff that we're going to get covered here. But then when you get done with all that, you get to listen to a great Neil Diamond tribute band. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the thing that really sets us apart.
So how do you see this event, Kelly?
I see this as a wonderful event. I mean, not only is it going to be extremely informative, you can have one-on-one with doctors, really answer your specific questions, but all the other aspects just make it fun, and as Tim said, that's kind of really what sets it apart from the other health fairs and shows that are in the area.
Yeah, and I think when John Patton sent me this information, did a very good job in explaining it. It's not a fair or a trade show, folks.
No, we are.
It's exactly what it is. It's an event, all right? Are they giving flu shots?
Yes.
So
also,
you get a flu shot there.
If
as
you
well.
haven't gotten them yet, you can get going at the show.
All right. So as I said, I'm going to be talking on We've Only Just Begun, which is, I think, can be interesting. But you have great speakers here, okay, and just to learn about different things. The event, when you were putting this together, what were some of the thoughts that you had about putting this event together? I mean, how did this come about?
How did it come about? So anytime we hold an event, we want to look at what can we provide our community that doesn't already exist. So again, we had a lot of different health fairs. We wanted to say, there's all these great organizations, and so it might take someone months to plan for all these things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have to set the appointment to go see such and such physician and then such and such expert. You have to do your financial planning. Let's say you want to, you need to look into senior living, or you're caring for an aging parent and you need to do that. There's a whole gamut of things that might take so much time and so much cost for you. We wanted to be able to provide those things to anybody at no cost. And then in the process of doing that, allow them to just have a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the way this is set up, okay, it's an event. You're going to go there and get a lot of information, knowledge, and have fun as well. But I find, that sometimes when you're going to an event like this, some people go for one specific reason, and when they see other things, they say, oh, wow, I didn't know about this, and I didn't know about that, okay? Putting everything together, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
When you have all these people there at one particular point in time, and it's a fun place to begin with, okay?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I know. So we really just touched on our primary sponsors too. Sam, let me just run down a few of the other, and these are just a few of the places that are going to be there. Sabre Healthcare. We talked about Weiss, Commonwealth, and Coordinated. Hospice of the Sacred Heart, Independent Life Home Healthcare, Rare Patient Voice, Wesley Village, Ingargiola Wealth Management Group, Geisinger Gold, Edward Jones. The Area Agency on Aging, that's another element we didn't even get to talk about. Really great community organizations that are going to be there, like the Lackawanna County Area Agency on Aging, Travel World, Harold's Pharmacy, Lycoming, physical, medical. Oh, Accutone hearing. So if you want to get your hearing tested, that's great.
Huh?
I walked right.
Just thought I'd throw that in.
I walked right into that one. That was amazing. Gia Mazer, who's also a columnist at our papers. She's going to be talking about health and beauty. Really terrific, smart woman who can talk to you about, everything from skincare to eating right, all of those different things.
Who is it?
Her name's Gia Mazer, Giamazur. She's a columnist. She runs a column called Hey Beautiful at our papers. And again,
She named that after me, you know.
she did.
Hey, beautiful.
Well, no, she saw you walking down the street and
He said, "Hey, beautiful."
Hey, beautiful.
Yeah. Kelly, if you were, speaking someplace and you're having lunch and someone said, "Hey, Kelly, I see you're having this Better Living Showcase event at the Mohegan Sun. Why should I go there?"
Well, on top of all of the fun that we've already mentioned, you really have to, and I guess it would depend on what age range I was talking to. If it was one of my friends around my age range, I would say, well, I assist my parents in taking care of my aging grandmother. So I would go there and see what kind of benefits I could find to her and relate to our home life. If it was some of my parents' friends that were like, "Oh, hey, Kelly, I see your company's running this event," I'll be like, "This is a great time for you to start planning, being, middle-aged, and it's never too early to start."
That's so right. As I said, when you go to something like this, you're walking and you're seeing, oh, geez, and this is something that you didn't expect, but it's something that's important for you to know. When you mention all these doctors, okay, our viewers know how many times could you get all these doctors together in an afternoon or whatever to be able to say, whether it's from Emanski, who was a great guy, get back into action, latest in spine treatments, reach for the stars with Dr. Tracy, knee problems, no problem, Dr. Jordan. I mean, all of these things here, arthritis, unfortunately, when you hit a certain age, like John Patton, you start getting a lot of arthritis, okay? And
he can speak directly to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But
Sam, as if all that wasn't enough, right? So we're also going to have, Kelly mentioned hourly giveaways. So you could come for free, eat, enjoy the music, talk to all the doctors you need to. You could actually leave with more than you came with. We're going to be giving away passes to Kalahari Water Park, overnight stays to Mohegan and to Cove Haven. Montage has given us a great basket with some lift tickets in it. And then Kelly's also mentioned if you RSVP, which you can do, so I should mention this, by calling 570-348-9150. Or by visiting, you can actually just Google Better Living Showcase and you'll find the website there. You can RSVP on either of those ways, and the first 150 RSVPs will receive $10 in PA lottery tickets.
The event is Sunday, October 21st. It starts at 10 a.m. and we're putting this information on the screen for you. You'll see the main four speakers and what they're talking about. I think each one of us who are there will have something to offer. I know we'll have something to offer. I'm excited about it because I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I always advocate about people who are, when I say seniors, I mean, in their 60s or 70s or 80s, the knowledge that they have and what they've learned in wisdom, and that's part of what I'll be talking about, but to feel good about yourself, which is so important, and I think this is such a great thing that Times-Shamrock is doing for the community because it's opening all these avenues. It doesn't cost you 1 cent, folks. If you've been to the Mohegan, it's a lot of fun. We're gonna have you back on the show. I have to bring these other two guys on. I mean, really, I don't know what they're gonna say, but we'll get them on. Don Farley, folks, who is the COO of Times-Shamrock, and John Patton. Yes, I gotta bring him on. I'm sorry, but he's gotta come on. See you right after break. Well, welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. 24/7. SSP TV. Remember, download our app. Why? There's 21 or 22 local neighborhood shows on our app, information that you really should know. And also, if you don't have cable, which you should, you can download YouTube, subscribe to SSP TV, and there you go. You have all the shows. And I want to thank some of my friends who are in Arizona who watch us all the time on YouTube. Just want to give a shout out to them. We're talking about a great event. It's Better Living Showcase, Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier health and wellness fair. It is an absolute event. Let me just show you what the show, let me just tell you this before we go to our guest. The Better Living Showcase is Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier health and wellness event. Now listen to this. Admission is free. October 21st, make sure you mark it down. The show is geared at helping people maintain health and stability as they age. This includes covering health, wellness, diet, exercise, travel, staying active, all proactive ways of living better as we age. There will also be businesses and services that help with more practical issues, estate planning, wealth management, senior living, travel, healthcare costs, etc., etc. And so this is something that adults who are nearing retirement age, adult children caring for aging parents, as you heard Kelly say, middle-aged people who want to increase health and be prepared for retirement. It's the never too early crowd. I'm there as one of the speakers, joined by Chris Kelly, Joe Amato, keynote speaker, John Patton, and great band Real Diamond. Now, how this thing came about, Times-Shamrock put it together. Very happy to have Don Farley on the show. He is the COO of Times-Shamrock. Don, thanks for coming on the show. I want to talk to you first because when Patton starts, forget about it.
We both know that, right?
John Patton, of course, is the operation manager, standard speaker, and of course we have this great media relationship with the standard speaker. Works out well. So Don, you know, putting this together as a Times-Shamrock, what were your thoughts as in the paper?
Oh, similar to what Tim and Kelly had said earlier, is we feel we have a commitment to the communities we serve. We're in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, here in Hazleton, of course, in Pottsville, and when we put our name out there, we want to make sure that people can look at us, they can trust us, and see that we're putting something on that's going to benefit them. And that's why when we looked at the Better Living Showcase, we were trying to appeal to what the Northeast Pennsylvania market needs. And as Tim and Kelly had mentioned earlier, we're offering an event, not just a trade show, but you can come in and you can get a lot of things done, you can take care of a lot of things, and frankly, you can get a lot of questions answered. And I think that being important and be entertained at the same time.
You know, we were talking before about newspapers, okay? And, you know, you hear good and bad, okay? Public circulation going down. John and I have lunch once in a while. We discuss about different things. How do you make things better? But in your perspective, okay, I know what I think, okay? In your perspective, why should, you know, people subscribe to a paper, okay? And regardless of age, I know young people sometimes want to go to this, but there's a lot of stuff I think they're missing. But you give me your perspective.
Sammy, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I think what people need to know is that we are the watchdogs. So if you did not have the local journalists and you did not have the local newspapers, things can happen that you'd never know about. And we're the ones that point things out there. We're the ones that find things out. We research, we track, and then we tell a true story. And when you read our papers, you know what's going on locally. You know what's going on nationally as well. But most importantly, we're the watchdog. So things will not happen when we're watching, and we protect the community.
Okay. We come from small communities.
Right.
Scranton small. I mean, we're all big, but we're all small communities. And even with my show, okay, I get criticized sometimes that I'm one-sided, okay? And I've always said there's only one side I'm on, and that's pro-life. Other than that, I am open to anybody. But I have Planned Parenthood on the show. So what happens with something, you said you're the watchdog. To maybe, for viewers' sake, does Times-Shamrock have an agenda, a political agenda?
Do we have a political agenda? No. No, we don't have a political agenda. Right now, we have interviews going on with all the candidates that will be up for election in a few weeks. So we bring these candidates in if they're willing to come in. Some just don't want to come in and talk to us. And we sit down and we go through the issues. We go through the issues that they're presenting. We go through the issues at hand, and we talk about it. And then we present those in the printed pages a day or two after the interview. So we're not biased. We're fair.
Okay, and I wanted to bring that up because it's a small community. Okay, right. Many and just like I'm criticized. Okay, when you're opening this up and you're the community watchdog, which is a great way to put it, Don, you're presenting information. Okay, and sometimes facts are ugly things.
Correct.
You know, sometimes people who don't want to read certain things, but they're actually facts. I think anyone who is running for any political office or anyone who is in local municipalities should respond to coming to the paper for an interview, because I think that's where you're able to get a lot of information out, okay? So that's what I'm saying with papers. It's community, you know. you employ a lot of people too.
We do. We have 500 plus full-time employees. We have family sustainable jobs, which we're very proud of. And then if you look at the employees that are part-time, independent contractors, et cetera, we have well over 1,000 people that work for our organization, work with our organization.
I was telling you about Scott, Lynette, and the Haggerty family. I mean, I get along very well with them. They're just very nice people.
Yep,
okay.
the company has been owned by the family for over 150 years, and the Lynette and Haggerty families are deeply rooted into the community, deeply involved in the community, and they're great people, and that's why we work for them.
Yeah, John.
You're gonna let him talk?
I'm gonna let him talk, and here's where here's where the problem comes in. He's gonna talk right now.
20 minutes we have? Okay.
We got 2 minutes. John, so this event, okay, give me your input on this event.
Well, I think, we've talked a lot about, what it is, and so the important part is, for us in Hazleton and in Pottsville, is to give people a reason why they need to travel, because it is a little bit of a travel for them, but certainly it is going to be worth the trip. We like the fact that we have the most people in the news business in northeastern Pennsylvania, but certainly we're a little further away in Pottsville or maybe in Hazleton from this event. But again, this event is something that will benefit all of northeastern Pennsylvania. And I think from the standpoint of, is it worth the trip? It's going to be worth the trip plus. And people need to make sure that they get out there, get up there, make sure that they get a chance to talk, move around. But you're going to meet the people that we are bringing in, but you're also going to meet people that aren't part of our organization. They're just going to be people that are attendees like you. And so a lot of times we get a different perspective from people in our own age groups that are there for the same reason that we might be, or maybe for a different reason. But you're going to gain not only from what we're going to present, but also from what the other people, the other attendees are there for.
The health part of this show, I mean, there's a lot of things happening. For people who are going to be there, maybe retirement people, and you have these health part of the shows, sometimes, you go to these events and, you talk to a doctor and you may have something and you gain something. Geez, I should look into this, okay? And you never know. I mean, there's all these tentacles out there that, like I said, you could go for one reason. Maybe you want to go and listen to Joe Amato. Certainly come and listen to me. I'm there. In fact, they had me down at 12:30. How come I'm not in the main, hey, Tim, how come I'm not like the main star here, okay? I'm going to talk to Joe Amato about this. We're going to have a deep conversation about that.
You guys arm wrestle.
Oh, yeah, we did. No, really, Joe will be on my show, but a lot of great speakers here. I mean, so it's a variety of things, don't you think, Don?
It is. It's not just the health part either. It's financial planning. It's travel. Like we talked, it's an event. So you can come and enjoy yourself as well as find things out.
John, we talk about papers and maybe wrap it up in a minute. Here again, what we do in a community here, what you do, what we do, is sharing, keeping people involved in, and this is a benefit of what Times-Shamrock does, okay, to be able to put forth. And the sponsors, they are to be applauded because they're supporting the communities, okay? Anything in closing, Don?
No, just come out to the event. It's going to be a great time, and you'll learn a lot.
Okay. John, anything in closing?
I'm just waiting for you to retire so I could get to that spot.
If my wife, she'd want me to retire just like that. Folks, the event, Better Living Showcase, October 21st, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Activities start right as you go there. Many gifts. We're going to have Tim and Kelly come back just to review this, but I'll be there speaking at 12:30. My subject is We've Only Just Begun. I think I'll have a lot of fun with it. Once again, John and Don, thanks for coming on the show. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show. Better Living Showcase, Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier health and wellness fair. It's happening Sunday, October 21st, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right, Tim, tell me a little bit more about this. Give me a review of why we should be there.
Sure, absolutely. It's the only event that is this informative and this fun. If there's one health and wellness event that you're going to hit this year, it's the one that you absolutely do not want to miss. The Better Living Showcase is going to be at Mohegan Sun Pocono Hotel and Casino. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our keynote speaker is Joe Amato. He's a racing legend. He's going to speak about his own life after retirement, which I think has been a journey for him just as much as his racing career was. We're going to have terrific music by one of the country's greatest Neil Diamond tribute bands, Real Diamond. Check out some videos online if you haven't seen them. They're spectacular. It's just something you don't want to miss.
Hey, Kelly, tell me why we should be there. You brought some good points up before.
Not to mention all the giveaways we're going to have. Every hour we'll be giving away a prize. All you have to do is register at the table when you get there. And then again, just so you can really prepare yourself for retirement, or if you have an aging parent, or if you just want to get prepared.
I think that aging parent thing is, I think that's why I think this is open to a lot of people, because that is, something that's always concerning. It's, at least you have information. The more information you get, then this whole event is planned for giving, great doctors there. I'm honored to be there as a speaker. My title, it'll be We've Only Just Begun, but Chris Kelly's there, John Madden, Real Diamonding, and enjoy yourself and have a good time. John Patton's going to be dancing, so you'll be seeing all of that stuff, And
if you want RSVP, Sam, all you need to do is call 570, of course, 348-9150. I'll say it again, 348-9150. If it's on the weekend, you'll probably get a machine, but just leave your name, leave all the information you need. If you need a call back, say that, and we will call you back.
Thanks for coming on the show, Tim, Kelly.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, we'll see you, folks. Don't forget, I'll be there. I'm speaking around 12:30, and it's at the Mohegan Sun. We're going to have a lot of fun. We'll see you next time.